We hurt the other person. If we hurt the other person, we got to deal with it.
Did you guys have anything to add? All right. What's your name? What's your question?
My name is Shaky. And my question is, oh my God, there's a lot of people in here. Okay.
Wait, your name is what?
Shaky.
Shaky?
Shaky.
Because you be nervous?
I am nervous,
Okay,
but
all right.
no,
Go ahead,
that ain't
babe.
the
I'm
reason
sorry.
why.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, am I wrong for requesting that my husband have his parental rights terminated for a side baby? And I can give you context on that before
That's
you go.
why you shaky. Okay, keep going.
Hold on, time out. I think you need to give context.
Okay. I'm happy to share.
Okay.
Okay, so we went through some issues and he stepped out. Look at Tori. Girl, don't look at me
Trying
like
to listen to this.
Okay, so we went through some things and he stepped out. He impregnated a blast from the past. Okay, now this thing, she has a girlfriend, and the whole thing is what they're trying to present to me, or what he has been saying is, oh, she wanted a baby for her and her girl. First of all, you got me messed up right there, because shouldn't no female be contacting you about giving her a child? But anyways, if that is the case, which I don't think is the case, which is why I'm asking that terminate the rights, if that's what it is.
Did he, hold on, because I gotta ask. All right, I'm an advocate for surrogacy, so let's just,
You didn't have my permission to do that.
Hold on, let me ask. So, when she got impregnated, was it a cup in between?
No.
Oh.
Obviously, it wasn't nothing in between.
So it was like, it was the old-fashioned way.
Of course.
And y'all was together when it happened.
Yes, we've been married almost 10 years.
And
we went on no break.
And so he cheated.
Yes.
Okay.
And you still with him now? Y'all still together? You decided to stay?
So I haven't decided to stay. I haven't decided to leave. But we are still married. So I'm still trying to treat it, like I'm still trying to be cautious with how I handle things. Like, I can't remember which one of y'all was just saying, like, you got to think about things when you married.
Toya, what's up? What you think?
I would say if this happened and you are still working on a relationship and you're choosing to be with him after he stepped out, that means that you're saying that you know he had this child, right? So the child didn't ask to be here. So
Correct.
if you're going to continue to be with him, that's still his child. So he can't see the child because either you're going to leave him alone and let him go raise his child with whoever or whatever, or you are going to deal with that outside baby. Because I'm not with the infidelity at all. But if a woman decides to stay with a man that stepped out and had a kid, as a woman, a real woman and a wife, you got to accept the whole package, or you got to just let that be in a past.
One more question. Couple questions. Does the couple want him to terminate his rights?
Okay, so he reached out to her.
Couple.
I haven't talked to the partner. I haven't talked to one of them. But he has told her, I want to, and he's told her, I've heard a conversation between them where he's like, that's your baby.
Okay, let me say this. Before because we about to get into this. Now, do you have children?
I do.
Okay. So this is the first thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna bounce it to y'all. Would you even want to be, and I clearly you do, but would you really want to be with a man that would terminate his rights to his own child?
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even want to push a man to terminate his rights to his child. But if y'all are saying that you just was donating, okay, well then do that. And then we can talk about being together. But right now, handle that first.
Okay.
But he was donating without your
This
approval.
question, the kids that you have, they are by him?
One is. So we share our baby.
Kira, what you
Our
thinking?
youngest.
Don't let anybody make you who they are. I've been in a situation where I have allowed men to make me bitter, make me vindictive, make me spiteful, and that's not a reflection of who I am as a person. But if you've ever been put in that situation, I say you don't know love until you have to love through pain, because I've been in your shoes before. I was pregnant with my child, and my father of my child stepped out on me and got someone else pregnant, it was nothing I could do but cry in that moment because I knew that these kids were coming and I had to decide who did I want to be. Did I want to be the type of woman that tells you that's your baby, don't bring that baby around me because you cheated? Or did I want to be the type of person that understands that the love that my child is going to have for her sibling is deeper than any pain that us parents have between each other?
Right.
Don't let that man make you the type of woman that your child's siblings are gonna be like, well, your mother doesn't like me and we couldn't grow up together because we couldn't come around. I think that it's a situation where you either gonna have to leave or decide. You're gonna have to leave or you're gonna have to decide because you can't stay and punish that innocent baby. And I'm only speaking from experience. My daughter's brother is the best thing that ever happened to me. My dad, though. You see what I chose the child
thought about it all.
because I never wanted to come between my children's bond with each other because you couldn't get it right as a person. I remember looking in his mother's eyes saying, listen, we can be on the same accord. He did us both dirty. As long as you don't come in between my relationship with your son, I don't come in between your relationship with my daughter, we can move past this and raise these kids. Don't let anybody decide who you're gonna become because this situation has the opportunity to change who you are as a person. You're gonna become hateful. You're going to become spiteful. You're going to become angry. And it's not something that you caused because you're still sitting up here trying to justify this donation of sperm when he cheated, Mom. He cheated. He betrayed you. He cheated. He stepped out on your marriage. This was not no donation. And then he's trying to cover it up by being the lowest of a person. The lowest thing a man can do is abandon a child. He's trying to cover it up by saying, I'll just terminate my rights, that's your baby. The minute that he looked at that lady and said, this is your baby, that should have been your decision right there, or if that was going to be your husband or not.
Okay, but my thing is, if that was allegedly the agreement that y'all came
Get the f out of here. Listen,
Stop
I love you.
listening to him.
And this is
He
what I'm saying.
lying.
Y'all will lie to your
He
motherfucking. I
lying.
asked you if it was a cup in the process. If he said, and then put it in the cup, and then handed the
So they
cup,
lying to me.
maybe. But he
lying to
didn't
me.
do it that way.
Okay, they lying
He
to
did
me.
not do it that way.
They lying
And here's
to
the
me.
thing.
They
And here's the
lying
thing.
to me.
I love, listen,
Okay.
ladies, I sat here and I tried to just listen, but this is what I'm saying. Niggas no longer have to lie to y'all that well.
Crazy.
Because y'all will lie to
Fall for
yourselves.
anything.
To a point where you looking at a man and say, I want to give up the rights to a child and think that man won't eventually do that shit. He just happens to be with you right now. What I'm saying is think about that child. When that child grows, it's you know what? It's one thing, my bad for getting emotional, but it's one thing if a parent is unfit. A parent is vastly unfit and their presence in the child's life would jeopardize that child. It doesn't seem like this man is unfit, right?
No.
All right. So that child is going to grow up knowing that their dad didn't want them. And that because he had to pick between you and her, because that's
And
the
I
only...
don't want that.
The fact that he's even considering it is a problem. But am I tripping or do anybody else
No,
got something?
you are.
I'm
You're
wrong
100%
for
correct.
telling him to do that.
Yes!
That's what I was asking.
Yes.
Yes.
And I love
Hell
you.
yeah.
Okay. Shaky.
Yeah.
And
You know what's going to happen, though?
Go ahead.
You know what happened for me? I was pregnant and I was so bitter, and thank God that my sister's a therapist because she said, Kara, pray for peace. And I hated that child at first. I was wishing the worst things on that child. And what happened was that child came out with a face of my daughter. And I looked in his eyes and I saw my child's face, and it developed a different type of love in me. When that child comes out and it looks like your child, you're gonna say, forget about this man. This is a piece of my child. Your siblings are the closest things to you next to your parents. They closer than your cousins, they closer than your best friend. People be closer with their siblings growing up than they eventually be with their parents. So this bitterness that's gonna develop in you if you try to come between your child and their sibling, when they share DNA and they share backstory and they share face, eventually you're gonna be on the outs. I never wanted to do that for my daughter because I'm looking at him going, you got my daughter's face. That's a piece of your child. That child is gonna be a reflection of your hurt, but that's a piece of your child. And when you love your child that much, you never wanna do anything that hurts your child. And feeling that way about your child's sibling will eventually hurt your child.
But aside from that, him even saying that's your child, like he don't want to have nothing to do, that says a lot
Because that
about
was
him
supposed
anyway.
to be in their agreement.
But
Like,
that says a lot about his character as a person. Regardless to the agreement, please stop saying the
It could
agreement.
be
Like
just what he's telling her
Yeah, it's
to
like-
save face.
no, that's
You know what I
some
mean?
bull- That's
it's some bullshit.
Yeah.
You gotta know, sis.
If it wasn't a cup involved, then
It's some bull.
thank you for your question. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. That's shaky, that ain't it.
Hey, real talk,
One shaky.
I would rather, sometimes you gotta, here's a very real thing. Like, surrogacy is a very real thing. No. I'm saying this I'm saying this to say this wasn't that. And after the fact, just to try to save face, this wasn't that. This is not. And then when you agree to, if this even is the truth, it still was infidelity. You didn't include your partner. You know what I'm saying? How could you do that? And then here's the thing, it might have even been different if they went the actual route, right? But you actually had sex with this person, you had a child, you didn't have this agreement in paper or in writing, you didn't do the right way, and now when you're starting to regret the decision, or it's too hard for you, or it's too inconvenient, you about to give up rights to your child. We can't do that. And here's the thing, I know, brothers, I'm an advocate because I know there's a lot of black involved fathers. There's a statistic that says of the men involved, and that's the part we gotta not keep out, of the men that are actually in their child's life, black fathers happen to be really doing well, right? But
No. Black fathers have the highest percentage, but
Yeah.
continue.
But what I'm saying is, we can't make excuses for this type of shit, though. It's up to us to hold our men accountable, bro. Because when those children don't have their fathers in their lives, they grow up to be little kids that rob you and I. Little kids that go in and out of jail. Little kids that ain't got no discipline.
That was crazy. So what you gotta say? She married to her husband for 10 years. He step out creep and cheat with some girl from the past. She got a girlfriend talking about this is a baby for them, and she want to know if she should encourage him to, change his parental rights and everything for the child and just leave it be. What you think?
No, because babies, children, human beings need their father, need their mother. You need the guidance of your father. You need the guidance of your mother. So no, it wouldn't be fair to the child. The child didn't ask to be in this world. The child didn't ask to have just one parent. It's just not fair. And I think it's totally ridiculous. Well, we know that it's a lie that he didn't donate his sperm to a cause of this sort. No, he was cheating, and now he got a baby, and now they're just using this baby as a baby for the same-sex couple.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's right. What you think?
I agree. It's not right. I don't like how they just playing with like the kid's life and situation. Like, because there's a lot of people out here that didn't grow up with their fathers or their mothers, whoever just wasn't present. I just feel like they playing too much. Because like you said, the kid didn't ask to be here. You purposely did what you did, stepped out on your marriage. Now you got a kid. So you got to step up, take them responsibilities so that the kid has the mom and the dad at the end of the day. So I really just think the question is for old girls. Like, I feel like she need to figure out whether or not she want to stay or she need to go, because that's messy right there. And she stepped out on your marriage and had a baby on you and everything else. So I honestly kind of feel like her thought process to that is kind of to try to spite the other girl, not necessarily thinking about the bigger picture of this other child won't have their father in the life because of the whole parental thing. So yeah, I just think if she's moving in that way, she might need to remove herself from the situation, let him do what he gonna do, and just keep it moving, because it's not fair to the child. And I don't like when people be playing. There's enough situations in the world where fathers and daddies ain't around just for stupid causes or whatever. So yeah, that ain't the right move to be trying to make at the end of the day. So yeah, figure that out and keep it moving.
Do you think she should continue to be with him?
I mean, if that's something she want to work through therapy and situations, I just think at the end of the day that's tough, because he apparently did it while they were still together, still in good standing, and just did it for no reason. So how can you really, trust that at the end of the day? So you got to need some tough prayer and everything else, because that's gonna be a tough move right there. You got kids and everything. So I don't know, what you think?
Yeah, I think that's real tough. I think it's even worse that he's like continuing to lie and make up this elaborate lie, still lying. You know, after 10 years. And what is he doing? Where is he finding two lesbians? And you doing lesbians out here? What are you doing, sir? A whole married man with children? Like, what is he doing? So, I mean, I'm not a covenant breaker or whatever. I like to see people work it out, but this person just seems to be just, I don't know, just don't have any shame and don't care what they're doing, and they're still lying. So I think she just gonna have to pray on it, fast on it, and just see what the Lord wants her to do on this.
Covenant break. He already broke the covenant. At the end of the day, it don't matter either way it goes. So it might just be time to move on, sis. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody who's gonna treat you and your kids right. They ain't gonna be creeping on you. I don't know. That just don't be sitting right. And then not to mention, at the end of the day, if he gonna try to treat this other child that way, don't be surprised when he treat his own kids that way too, trying to disown them and everything. I ain't got no time for that. I ain't got no time for that.
I don't either. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the end of the video. Go ahead and check out stamps-tv.com. So much content on the website. Go click that link in the tab.
Yep, and while you're there, go ahead, visit that Shop Stamps apparel tab. We got great t-shirts, hoodies, jogging sets, all different types of stuff on there. Go ahead, check it out and get you a little something.
And go check out Stamps Essentials on the website. Click that tab on the website. So much to offer. Shampoos, deep conditioners, protein treatments, leave-in conditioners, hair growth oil, hair grease, whipped shea butter for the skin, lip liners, and of course our signature product, Stay Moist Coils hair system. It's a 3-part system. It's for wash and goes, but you can also use it for a single twist, single braids, and perm rod sets. I got it in my hair right now to get this style, okay? And this is all my hair. This ain't no wig, no weave, no extensions, no nothing. This is my hair, okay? And I use our products to grow my hair and to style my hair. Y'all go ahead and check that link in the bio. Bye.
See y'all.